get back. I want to get back to the Google engineer fired for writing a controversial memo on diversity. Allie Stuckey is with us, host of The Blaze and a blogger with the Conservative Millennial. All right, Allie, welcome back. The guy is fired because he questioned whether or not biology had something to do with the poor representation of women in technology, and he was critical of Google for not allowing diversity of opinion. What's your take? He's fired.
What we're seeing is that Google and companies like Google value superficial diversity when it comes to things like race, gender, even sexual orientation, but they don't value diversity of opinion, diversity of politics, or diversity of ideology. They're supposed to be the leaders not just in technology, but in productive intellectual dialogue. And now they're showing that they are openly hostile to any idea that brushes up against their preconceived notion of how they believe the world should work, which I think is actually the definition of bigotry, the things that they say they stand against.
I think that Google will be successful in being able to fire this gentleman because he did violate company policy. I got that. But if this issue is litigated in court, then suddenly you've got sunlight zeroing right in on the so-called diversity of technology companies, and that will expose all kinds of problems for Silicon Valley. That's my take. You agree?
Yes, I do think that they have a right to fire him, but essentially what he did was saying, hey, Google, you are violating your own policy. The policy is that you shouldn't have bias. You are showing bias. You are overcompensating here, trying to make the company more diverse. You are discriminating against people who are qualified for these positions. That's bias. That is damaging. So he might actually have a case there.
Message to Google. If you're a conservative, shut up, basically. That's it. Allie, I've got to ask you this one. I think you're connected to this one. A business professor at the University of Georgia offers a new course, allows students to pick their own grades. The professor says it's an effort to reduce stress levels. I'm asking you this question. Now, if you feel stressed, you can tell your professor, teacher, you'll have your grade changed. I can't believe it. But I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you about this because your husband went to the University of Georgia, correct?
He did.
What does he think about this?
My husband went to the University of Georgia, and not only that, he went to Terry College of Business, which is actually in the top 50 business colleges in the United States. And I am so glad he escaped this nonsense, or else he would have been wholly unprepared for the real world. And that's exactly what is going to happen to students in this classroom. They're going to be unprepared for the real world unless they want to work one of two places, either their mom's basement or, I guess, apparently Google. This professor is creating a safe space in the classroom that is almost totally unparalleled in the real world. Because guess what? At work, you are going to have to endure public criticism. The quality of your work is not going to be subjective to what you think, and you're not going to be able to quit a project just because you think it's stressful. So we're going to see a bunch of overgrown preschoolers, and I guess that's what the world is coming to.
Oh, you brought it nice to a full circle there. You got us back to Google in the first place. Allie, that was good. Allie Stuckey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Stuart.